What am I missing? I showed the box sets, I showed the games, I showed the accessories. Oh yeah. The main event! We are gathered here for the sacred, the very best of my NES collection.
Here is the Nes Test Station. This was used in World of Nintendo stores to help diagnose problems with your Nintendo system, as well as controllers and other accessories. On the front you have inputs for AV cables, RF switches, AC adapters, as well as controllers and your system itself. There's a slot to test your game packs, and Rob and the Power Pack can be tested on this as well. After you have connected your system or device, you use this knob up front to select which test you want to run. The results will appear on screen either as a pass or fail. So if you needed to figure out if your Nintendo was busted up, you would have to use one of these guys. After the closing of the World of Nintendo stores and repair shops, a lot of these babies were kinda lost or thrown away. There's not many of these remaining. Ta-da! The M8 Store Demonstration Unit. This chunk of plastic was placed in retail stores so kids could try out and play Nintendo games before deciding to buy them. It consisted of 15 or 16 black box games, depending on which version. It came out in 1986, so you're limited to the very early NES titles. A TV or monitor was placed on top, and the two controllers and zapper allowed you to play the games. There was no menu to select the games, but there was a red button to scroll through them. The kicker is that the M8 does not hold game cards. They're actually ROM chips on a giant board, somewhat similar to one in an arcade game. Because of this, the games cannot be swapped out, so you're stuck with the ones that are there. There's a good variety of black box games on here, including sports, zapper titles, action titles, pinball. Ugh, why'd they put that on here? The M8 had the full games, but being a demo unit, there was a time limit to how long you could play. The back of the unit has 4 selectable times, with the maximum being 25 minutes. It's a good bet that most of these units were only set to a few minutes time length, as they didn't want kids hogging these systems all day. But the highlight for me is the demo screen, which features some funky fresh tunes. The M8 demo unit is by far the rarest item I have. You'll be lucky to find even 2 of these on eBay per year. However, it is not the favorite item in my collection. That honor goes to... Hallelujah! 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 The M82 Store Demonstration Unit. The M82, or M82, was the follow-up to the M8. This came out in 1988, and unlike the M8, it did not contain a ROM board of games inside. Oh no! It used real Nintendo cards that you inserted in 12 slots up front. For this reason, this unit is much more desirable than the M8, although the M8 is harder to find. Like the M8, on the M82 you selected games by scrolling through them with this red button. The number of the current game appeared on the LED. The other big improvement of the M82 over the M8 was the time limit. The M82 also had the same short time limits, but it added a 2-hour one. Sweet! The M82 is not entirely perfect. It doesn't play a small percentage of Nintendo games, and it jettisoned the funky fresh M8 demo screen music for a more generic one. Oh well, nothing's perfect. The M82 demo unit is not only the cornerstone of my collection, it represents my very first Nintendo experience. As a child, I ventured to Kitty City in Edison, New Jersey. At their video game counter, they had the M82 set up and ready to play, and I was mesmerized. I still vividly remember playing Urban Champion in 30-second clips before the timer would run out and the game would reset. It was the experience that started it all. The M82 will stay in my collection for as long as I live. I'll have it set up at my funeral to play, and then I'll take it to my grave.
It's beautiful. So beautiful. The M82 store demo unit. I love the M82. I worship the M82. And if it would do me the honor, I'd marry it.
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And if you feel like I feel, baby, then come on. Oh, come on. Woo. Let's get it on. Ah, baby. Let's get it on. Let's love, baby. Let's get it on.
So that just about does it for my collection video. I showed you guys lots of cool stuff, my games, got my box systems I showed you, some really weird and cool accessories, and my rare demo units. So what more could you ask for? So please stop bothering me about, Pat, please make a collection video, could you please? I did it, it's done, I'm out. See you later. That's good.